Okay. Welcome, everyone. Just want to make sure that everything's working here. Okay, here we go. Hi, Dennis Riley here. Goals to results. Welcome everywhere. I want to make sure that, first of all, I make sure that this is live. It's live. Okay, we are ready to go. All right. So now, question I want to answer right off the bat is, why do I do this series? Okay, now, I've been doing this for 5 weeks now. All right, Time Mastery series. Over 250 people have signed up for at least one of the events. Okay, in fact, today I have 70 people signed up. That's fantastic, but it also shows there's a huge need. There's a huge need out there to get control of your time. All right, to me, time is the most precious thing in the world. So my job is to make sure that I give you at least one little gem every event here, because I want to make sure that you can say, I can do that. And then I want you to take action. All right. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you don't take any action, nothing will happen until you take action. Now, it may not be, when you do take action, maybe the results that you want to happen didn't happen, but at least now you get to see data by taking action. Okay. If you don't take action, there's no data, zero there. So I hope that by the end of this meeting and the end of this, that you are going to be motivated to take one action. You do that, I've done my job. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to show you some slides, because you probably don't want to see me just talk all the time. All right. So hold on here. I just want to get this right here. All right. Here we go. All right. You should see this time mastery working on the business. All right. I'm going to start this and let's go. All right. Time mastery working in versus on the business. September 22nd. Pretty cool. Look at all those twos, huh? 9, 22, 22. I'm a numbers guy. I like stuff like that. Don't mind me. Anyways. All right. So again, Dennis Riley, Goals to Results Business Strategist. I help small business owners achieve the results they want in their business. All right. Again, we talk about management versus mastery. To manage something is to control it. To master something is to own it. Do not just control time, own it. So the goal is to make sure you master time, own it. All right. Now, the last 5 weeks, I told you that we've been doing this for 5 weeks. This is the 6th installment. I'm going to keep going as long as people want to hear me talk. So week 1 was about prioritizing your list. Week 2 was about implementing your list. Week 3 was about creating a navigation list. Week 4 was up-leveling your results. And 5 was solving problems. If you missed any of this, I have it in one place. If you go to my website, goalsresults.com, click on Time Mastery Series, just click on the button, sign up, and you get it all in one place. I broke it up into different parts for you. And so it's not just 20 minutes a pop. It's only like each one's like 5 minutes a pop. Come back anytime you want. But at least now you get the basics. That's what I'm showing you, is the basics. And now once we have the basics, we want to do more stuff with it. But this is the basics. All right. So today we're going to talk about working in your business versus on. By the end of this event, you will know what path you need to take. So let's get started. Now, the difference, in case anyone doesn't know this, working in your business, spending time managing your business as it is today. All right. It's about making sure that you're being a revenue producing, product filling member of a team. Keyword is team here. Okay. That's in the business. On the business is pretty much that you have investing the time now so your business can be better tomorrow. All right. Designing, planning, refining your business, but it's not directly producing revenue today. However, it's setting yourself up for tomorrow. Okay. Very important. Many people skimp on this. All right. The goal is to spend at least 20% of your time on your business, which is about 2 hours a day minimally. All right. So how does it get done? First, I want to show you some stuff. All right, now the journey of a business owner, okay? Level 1, you got a skill set, you have clients, you have money. Congrats, you have a business. In fact, look at you at the bottom. See that level 1 you with a little smiley face in between the you, okay? Now you're in between the in and the on the business because you're doing it all. All right, that's what level 1 is. You're doing it all. And some people say, oh, that's just when you're starting a business. Not necessarily. Some people never get out of that level. Okay. They do it all. They're a one man or woman show, and that's what they do. Now, some people like to stay at that level. Hey, so be it for them. Okay. But what happens usually at that level and lots of levels is the following. Okay. Nobody told you about things you have to do to run a business. Okay. You have to really focus on the on and the in. Things get hectic. You say, I need help. Sound familiar? Now, remember that smile that was in that? Oh, it's not a smile anymore. It's a frown. That's not good. All right, we got to get you smiling again. All right, so people go up to the next level. Well, what is that next level? Level 2 is now you hire some support, okay? Some support, and it's usually the first thing you always hire is in the business stuff, okay? Something to do. It's usually to do with the clients as well. It's usually client support, or it's helping with the books or whatever the case may be. That's what you do. You hire someone or someone's. That just means you hire someone. It doesn't mean that it's more than one. It could be many people, but you hire someone. Okay. Now you still do everything. But now you have that person, VA or something like that to help you out. All right. Now, what usually happens is the frown comes back because you can't keep up with the demand, which is always a good thing that, or you don't have enough, but usually it's because you can't keep up with the demand. Okay. So now what do? Well, level 3 is now you hire someone with a skill set to help you with your clients. Okay, this isn't just as a VA or a support person. This is someone to help you with the clients. So now not only are you doing stuff with the clients, but you have someone else doing stuff with the clients, customers, whatever terminology you use in your business. All right, so that is what you do. Okay, now I'm not going to go back and forth with the frowns and all that stuff, but you get the gist. Okay, level 3 is you now have someone with a skill set, the same exact skill set, or the level. It could be a skill set. It could be something that you don't have, or it could be something that supplements you. Okay. But you still hire someone with a skill set to get the clients out the door happy. You get revenue coming in. Life is good. All right. So that's level 3. Okay. What's level 4? Now you hire more, and now you start to manage those skilled staff. Okay, so now you have your little management hat on. You're probably not all the time being in doing client work, but you're still doing client work. It always is the case. Okay, but probably not as much because now you have more skilled staff. All right. And sometimes that goes up and down. Sometimes you hire staff and for some reason or another that didn't work out, or they left you. And now you could be one person or X amount of people short. And that's you jump in and jump out and make sure the work gets done. But again, you still got to work on the stuff as well. Okay. Again, it's still hectic, very hectic. All right. But you're managing it. Now, and you go now level 5. Now you hire more people. Okay. And now that person, now you're still hiring more people, and now you manage your skilled staff, but now you're looking a little, that you is more close towards the on part. Okay. Because you got everything under control, which is good. You probably hired a manager to look out after your staff. And so you can work more on the business. Okay, that's level 5. Wrong way. Okay, level 6 is You hire staff to help out with working on the business. So now you got the in-part control. You still go back every now and then. You're not the day-to-day, but you're definitely overseeing a lot of things because you are the business owner. But now you have people working in the business, and now you have people working on the business with you as well. All right. So now you're at level 6. Okay. Now there are all pros and cons to all of these levels. Okay. Now, and the top level is you now replace yourself on the on, and all you are is a visionary. That's all you are is a visionary. Okay. So now you're like, okay, you're at that level too. Okay. Now the question is, what level are you on right now? Okay, if you had to pick what level you're on, and again, there's no right or wrong answer here. What level are you on right now? And now you say, okay, what level do you want to be at? Right? What level do you want to be at? Now, again, you may be at a certain level and you wish you were at another level. And sometimes it could be up or down. All right. It could be up or down. All right. What level do you want to be at? Okay. And now, what level do you see being your top level? Okay. Maybe you're at level 1 and 2. All right. And you're like, I want to get to 6, or I want to get to 7. Here's the thing. You don't have to go from 1 to 7. All right. There are going to be certain things that you're like, you know what? I don't want to get to the point of being a visionary. Okay. I don't need to be a visionary, just a sole visionary. Okay. I like having my hands in the day-to-day stuff. That's fine. Whatever level you feel comfortable with that you want to be at, that's your level. And then you ask yourself what level you're at now and where do you want to be in that? Okay. And again, this is your own personal either feelings now and your own personal drive where you want to take the company. All right. It really is a personal drive. No one can really tell you, you know what, you should definitely be at level 6 or you should definitely be at level 5. There are people who are very comfortable at 1. All right. And here's the thing. Each level does have a ceiling to it. 1 definitely has a ceiling. If you are the only person working for yourself and that's it, you don't even have a support staff, you are going to have you're going to be hitting that ceiling a lot and you're going to get frustrated. Now, the second level, hey, you have some staff with you and that's all right. And that's all you want to do. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm doing a small enough thing that I have a support staff, but you know what? I'm still in the business doing stuff and I do work on the business. That's fine. But as you want to grow, if you have a growth mentality, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All of those are growth mentality. And it's like, okay, now it's game on. Now it's all right. I can 100% not do this alone, especially at the skill level. All right. You need people who do that skill level if you want a growth mentality. Okay. Now, here's another question for you. Now, what is your zone of genius? Now, people ask me all the time, what the heck are you talking about when you say zone of genius? It's like when you're working on something and you don't even realize it's work. And you also don't even realize the skill set you really have because you think it comes second nature to you. And other people go, how'd you do that? How'd you do that so quickly? How I don't understand how you did that. All right. That is your zone of genius. And sometimes you don't realize your zone of genius until you get there. All right. So you might be thinking, hey, I have a skill set. I do all this stuff and great. And so I should stay in the business. But you know what? On the business stuff, especially if you're a problem solver, if you're a visionary and a problem solver, okay, when you get on the business and you start to work more on it, you start to realize, oh, this is where I want to be. This is exactly where I want to be. All right. So you may not know your zone of genius yet, but if you haven't done both sides of the equation, both the in and the out, should say on, not in. Okay. Again, that should say in and on, not out. Me rushing through stuff. Here we go. What would you rather do? be in the business or on it, mean outside of the in. That's what my take was there. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. You should do what feels right to you. And either way does work, because if you are really good in the business, you hire people to help you on the business. If you really want to be on the business and you're good at it, you want to do in the business. Now, a little cautionary note here. If you really want the in or the out, or in or the on, and maybe you're not that good at it, you really have to look in the mirror and say, okay, I would love to do that, but you know what? I'll be a support person on that, and I'll have someone else with me to do some of that stuff. All right. Especially when it's on the business stuff. You're like, oh, I need to definitely be in this, and you're not that good at it. Hire someone to help you out, especially on the business stuff. The business stuff is pretty straightforward. Okay. If you're working in the business and you're overwhelmed and you hire someone else that's helping you with the client, and you realize that someone else is really good. Okay. It's easy to see, okay, you know what? I could take a back seat. I can let this other person do it. But then they're like, okay, then you're like, oh, I'm going to do on the business. And then you realize that you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Now, sometimes on the business stuff, you need to, maybe you can learn from someone else. So you have someone else come on, you learn from them, and then it'll be great if you can take it to another level. That's what it's all about. But make sure your zone of genius is where you want to be. Do not do something that your zone of genius isn't in, because that's going to hurt your business. And it's definitely going to have a artificial ceiling put on your business. I don't care how great your structure is and your concept. If you are doing damage to your business by being in some place that you really shouldn't be, there is an artificial ceiling. So just make sure that, okay, be honest with yourself and try to keep the zone of genius with where you're going to be. Okay. Now, how do you keep that smile? See that smile with the U? How do you keep that smile going? All right. When you're a business owner, well, you have to be in control of your business. All right. The more control you are in your business, the more that smile is going to be. Okay. So what's the best way? Well, you got time mastery, systems, and people. Okay. Control the time mastery with yourself and your people. By the way, it's not just you, the business owner, it's also your people. Systems, and then the people you hire or the people you work with. Okay. Whether it's contractors, vendors, temp people, or people you hire as employees. Okay. Be really, really, on who you hire, make sure that you go through a process. You don't want to just hire anyone, and you're just gonna say, okay, yeah, this person's good, I'm gonna hire this person, because you really have to do your due diligence. All right, hire good people. Okay. Systems, people go, okay, yeah, when I get to level 3 and 4, I'm probably gonna need systems. Nope. Hello. Level 1 needs systems. Okay. If you want to be efficient at any level, you need systems. Okay. I've always said this. I love this quote. I read it a while ago. All right. Systems run businesses. People run systems. Okay. Put the systems in place, the earlier the better. Okay. Don't wait till level 3, 4, 5, or 6 to start doing systems. Okay. That's when you don't want to do it, because the wheels are already turning big time and going fast. You don't want to pause it and say, oh, I forgot to put systems in. It's much easier if you put the systems in the beginning. Now, the good news is you put systems in each level, you're going to have to adapt your systems, because what got you to level 2 will not get you to level 3. What got you level 3 will not get you level 4. That's why these are different levels. Okay. That's why there's gaps in the middle, because there's a lot of times that to get to that 4th level, you better have a new system. Okay. And so that's what that is. Now, let's talk about the calendar. Okay. You need to take control of your calendar. All right. Control your time, and you start to master things. Okay. Now, again, where does your time fall in during the work in your business. Okay. It's really 3 buckets. All right. It's the client or customers, whichever one you call in your business. Okay. The staff, whether it's vendors or employees or temp people, and running the business. It's pretty much in those 3 things. Okay. Now, can you find 2 hours a week with your present setup? You have no choice. Okay. You need to find it. All right. Story time. I'm going to show you a quick story. Hello, it's me. All right. I got 2 stories for you. One about a client, one about me personally. Let's talk about the client one. Okay. Now, I had a client was so overworked, tired. And she said, I cannot find any time to do anything on my business. I'm spending way too much time with my clients. I'm like, all right, okay, fine. This is what I want you to do. For next week, I want you to write down everything you do throughout the day pertaining to your business. She said, okay, fine. We met the following week. And I also said, hey, on Friday, do me a favor, just send me the document. I don't care if it's a typewritten thing. I don't care if it's your handwriting. Just take a picture of it and send it to me, right? So she sent me a document. Okay, and so I looked at it over the weekend. I'm like, she's right. All right, there is all this time that she's spending with clients. And I'm like, all right, now what? I said, all right. So I dug deeper when I talked to her. I said, look, are all these clients the same? Meaning, do they all have this? Do they all get you the same revenue? Do you all spend the same amount of time with you? She said, oh, no. She said, I have pretty much 3 levels of clients based on revenue. I'm like, okay. Excuse me. And I said, okay, how about the same amount of time? She goes, oh, I have that. I have different clients take different parts of my time. So I said, all right. This is what we're going to do. We went through a whole list of her clients one by one. And I said, we're going to put an A, B, or C next to the clients based on time. So an A is the most time, C is the least amount of time. So we went through that. Okay. Now we went back to the top of the list and we said, okay, now I want you to put a 1, 2, and 3 next to the clients, and it's based on revenue. 1 being the most revenue you get, 3 being the least revenue you get. She did all that. So I looked over really quickly. It really didn't take long. Okay. What I realized is, and this was incredibly, that the clients that had the least amount of revenue coming her way demanded the most of her time. And that's usually always the case. But this was clear as day. And so I said, is there other ways that you could service these type of clients with their phone calls? Like, what type of calls? And they're like, oh, most of these calls are just pretty much, simple questions that need to answer or stuff like that. It is also an 800 number that they can call. I'm like, whoa, wait, there's an 800 number? Yeah. I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to put some maybe FAQs up on your website, and then say, okay, this is the phone number to call if you have any more questions. That's what I want you to do. All right. So she implemented it. We met about a week or 2 later, and she said, you wouldn't believe this, but I have been saving myself 15 to 20 hours a week. That's amazing. Okay. So you have to look at some of the systems that you do. All right. And you have to, the processes that you have, and you have to realize there are certain things that may or may not work. Okay. Something like this, it's like, this is fantastic because we figured out something that wasn't apparent until we got and collected the data. And then we made a system, and therefore she now put those clients in the system. Obviously, the ones who are the most have more questions, or is more of an in-depth thing, she took care of them, but she was able to really take control of that. And another story I have is, this was in my software business. Okay. At the beginning, when I started my business, I was a coder. That was my quote unquote zone of genius. All right. It was at the beginning. That's what I knew how to do. That's exactly what I knew how to do. And I did the coding. And that was my level 1. And I hired some support staff, and then I hired another coder, and we both did the coding. It was getting hectic, and I wanted to hire more people. And I realized at that moment that if I wanted to get, I thought that I could do the best coding and all that stuff. As I was hiring other people started to kick my butt. At first, it was like, okay, an ego thing. It's like, well, why are they kicking my butt? Then I realized, oh my God, I could save some time and do some of the other stuff. And once I got out of that mix that I thought it was my zone of genius, when I started to work on the business, I realized that my coding was good, but my problem solving techniques were really my zone of genius. And I was using those problem solving techniques when I was working in coding. But I also started to use those same problem solving techniques over on the business. And that's when things started to really take it to the next level. So that's just a cautionary tale that you may think your zone of genius is one thing, but until you found both sides, you may not realize that. Okay, those are my two stories. Now back to the regularly scheduled program that I want to show you here. Okay, so now be in control of your business. Okay, remember time mastery, systems, and people. Okay, determine the level you want to be at and create the strategy to get there. All right. Know where you are going. Know, do you want to be more on the in or more on the on? Okay. Know what level you want to get at. Do you want to go all the way to the top at 7 and be the visionary and, run a multi-million-dollar company? If that's your goal, boom, go there. All right. If that's not your goal, where does it fly in? That's why I put 3 through 7 as blue. 1 and 2 is just a different level. Okay. You may have support staff, but still you. All right. You are going to have a ceiling until you move on to and hire more people so that you can move either on to the on, or you don't want one person doing the ins and the ons. Okay. Again, that on, the in or the on doesn't have to be you. Okay. But you cannot be in both places. If you're in both places, the ins and the on, guess what? You have a ceiling. And if that's fine, if that's where you want to take it, that's fine. But you are going, there's going to be more struggling involved if you want to go past that. All right. Until you do some hiring. Again, you can hire in, hire on. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you feel I don't know how to do the on, and a lot of times when a new business comes on, they don't know how to do the on. So they hire people to help them with the on. They learn from them, and then they decide, oh, I really like doing this on. And they move more to the on, and they hire someone to do more of the in. Or the exact opposite will take place. Someone that as they start to learn the on from this person, they're like, oh, no, that's not me. I'm going to stay in the in. And then you may hire someone else to supplement the on, okay, to have maybe 2 people on the on. So that, or again, these are not numbers of number of people. This is make sure that you are not straddling the in and on. I understand you got to do that at the beginning, 1 and 2, but even when you're on the 1 and 2, please, if you usually what happens when you're in 1 and 2, you're not working on the on. And if you are working on the on, you're flying by the seat of your pants. Get someone to help you with the on. Okay. Now you have 3 paths here. Okay. Either you do nothing, you sign up for that free course, or you get help to figure out path and a strategy. Now, if you want to get on a call with me and see if I can help you with the strategy, there's no obligations. All we're doing is talking. That's all. And honestly, if I don't think I can help you, I will tell you, look, you know what? I think you should do A, B, and C, and you should hire this person. All right. If it finds out that I think I can help you out, I will say, hey, look, I can help you with A, B, and C, and this is how we can do it. All right. So again, please don't do number 1. Don't do nothing. Okay. You've come to this because you realize that you have to do something. All right. At least get the free course if you don't know what to do. And then just at least you get to see some of the things I've been going over, and you can look back at them anytime you want and to refresh your mind. Or get on the phone with me and let's figure out, can we have a path? And like I said, all I care about is helping you out. And if I don't think that I can be the one, or you're just not in a position to need me right now, I will tell you. I will tell you and say, look, all I want to do is seriously, small business ownership. I love owning a business. I love being a small business owner. And I want everyone to be a small business owner, but it is a very, very tough thing to do. So if I can help someone who's struggling in small business, that's what I want to do. And if that is just going, telling someone to, here's this little nugget and go somewhere else, I will tell them that. However, if I really feel truly that I can help them, I will also tell them that as well. So there's my email, dennis@goalsresults.com. You can DM me. I don't care which one you do, but let's get at least having a talk and go from there. Hey, listen, I hope you have a fantastic day. And if you are doing this live, please write down live. If you're seeing this in the rerun or replay, just type in replay. If you have any questions, put them in there. I'll get back to seeing them. Listen, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will definitely